and it was great. We exceeded my expectations, so we just need to stay right there.
So you're currently 27-12 and in second place, or you'll be playing a Central tomorrow night for a doubleheader. You was telling me before we came on, you win those two, you clinch second place, and so a big game tomorrow. That's a home game.
Yes, got a home game tomorrow night, doubleheader against Central. We had it scheduled earlier in the season and had a rain out, and then they had some COVID issues, so we had to cancel both of those district games. And now tomorrow night is really the only night we could have played them. So we're playing a doubleheader at home at 5:30. So come out and see that. And it's a huge district game. We've got to win both those games to lock up second place in the district, and that will definitely put us in a good position, being the number 2 seed going into the district tournament starting next week.
So our phone lines are open if you'd like to call in and question or comment for Coach Russell or Coach Howe or some of the Lady Mavs here with us tonight. And once again, guys, thank you for being here. And Coach Russell, what about that gentleman beside you there?
Got Coach Howe over here, and he's my right-hand man for sure. I tell everybody all the time, of course, everybody in the softball world knows Coach Happ, especially around East Tennessee and the state of Tennessee. And, I thank the good Lord for him every day. We'll be in a game, and I'm trying to focus on, what's going on then and now in a game and who's going to do what. And Coach Happ comes up, taps me on the shoulder, and he says, now, be ready, because in 3 innings from now, this is going to happen. And we've got to be ready to move this person or let this person come in and hit or be ready to do this. I'm thinking, how does he know 3 innings from now what's going to be happening? And sure enough, 3 innings from now, this girl comes up to the plate, and we already know what we're going to do, if we're going to hit and run, if we're going to bunt, if we're going to steal. And he's like, be ready for this. And, it calms my nerves a lot, showing up to the game every day knowing this guy's in the dugout with me.
Right. Coach Howe really needs no introduction. Longtime coach for Henderson County, has the field named after him, Gary Happ Field, and congratulations, Coach Howe.
Thank you.
On that, it's quite an honor. And if you would, tell everybody out there a little bit about yourself and about the program. I know you took over Henderson County when it was Lake City High School.
Right, yes, in the spring of '81, we had our first high school softball team at Lake City High School. Actually, that previous year, I tried to talk the principal into, letting us start a program, but I taught at Lake City Elementary at the time. Well, over the summer, the boys' basketball position came open, and thought it was going to be for 1 year, and Anderson County High was going to open. Well, I got the job. It ended up being a 2-year job, but the principal let me start a softball program, and we, had two good years. Got off to a real good start the first year, and 2 or 3 weeks into the season, Gibbs comes out to play us, and we hadn't seen softball till we saw Gibbs, and it's just about that same way now. And anyway, it was a short night. The rain rained us out, and they came back and, beat us pretty bad a couple of weeks later, and we knew then what we kind of had to work towards, and ended up having good seasons, making the region tournament, both years, those first 2 years, and then high school consolidated, and I did not get the head position or the position, when the new high school opened. Went someone else for a couple of years. Then 3rd year I started helping him, and then he turned it over to me after that 3rd year. So that would have been in the spring of '86. '85 is when I helped him. Then I took back over in '86.
How long was you the head coach for the Lady Mavericks softball program?
Gosh, I don't even remember. From '86 through '90, and then '95 through '03, I guess. And then when I became principal at the alternative school, well, I was told I had a decision to make: either give up the head softball job or not get the principal's job at the alternative school. And anyway, I took the principal's job, but I stayed on as a volunteer assistant. Gina Terry took the head job, and she'd been my assistant. Gary Day was our other assistant. So basically, the titles changed, but we continued to do everything pretty well the same way for about 6 more years, 5 or 6 more years, 5, I guess. And anyway, Coach Terry ended up winning exactly 100 games after she officially replaced me as, head coach. And then in 2009, I came back, and I was still an assistant coach, but she had handed the position down, and I came back as head coach on the interim basis for the remainder of the 2009 season. And then from 10 through 14, I did not coach, and then started helping Coach Russell and Coach Freeman again. And, this is my 7th season back, as an assistant coach. So, I pretty well suspect I've seen more Henderson County girls softball games than anybody on this earth. So, and been on the sidelines for most of them.
That's awesome. That's great. Commend you for that. I know you love the game, and you know it inside and out. And I'm sure Coach Russell, as he alluded to earlier, is proud to have you on his staff.
I really enjoy getting to be around, and Coach Russell's been really good to me, and listens to me a lot when I have suggestions, things to say. He's has a wide open mind to listen. I try not to get in the way, but at the same time I try to do all I can to help out. Being retired from a full-time job, it really gives me something to do, something to look forward to, and of course I probably, if I was still working full-time, I'd want to still be able to help out.
No end in sight, right?
Nope. As long as he stays and will have me around, I
Absolutely.
don't see stepping away anytime soon.
Yeah. Speaking of 100 wins, Coach Alan Russell, recently you got your 100th win.
I did. It was a good day. We were up there at the Eastman tournament up there in Kingsport, and we just went undefeated in pool play. Beat a real good Daniel Boone team. Had 2 UT commits on it, and there was 31 teams in the tournament, and you got to be top 2 in your pool to make it out to the bracket play. And we obviously were number 1 in our pool. We made it to the Sweet 16, and you got to win that first game to keep playing. And that first game was against Morristown West on a Sunday morning after we got rained out Saturday night, and they were a good team, and we talked to the girls, and I was calling coaches the night before and trying to get scouting reports and all that, because I knew it was my 100th win. I thought, oh man, what a good day! Let's get it to tomorrow. And I wound up beating them 4-1, I believe. 4-1. Pitching was great, hitting was good, defense was good, and got my 100th win. I don't think too many people really knew about it. I mentioned it a little bit, to Coach Howe and to my other assistant, Coach Scott, and other than that, basically I think I just told the girls after it happened. I said, hey, guess what? That was my 100th win, and I've been the head coach for 5 years, but only had 4 seasons. So, I feel like, not to brag on myself, but I feel like it's a pretty good job in 4 seasons to be able to get that, and hopefully there's a lot more to come.
Right, congratulations on that. And as you mentioned, this is your actual 4th season. Last year with the COVID, and if you would talk a little bit about your seniors from last year's team.
Last year was heartbreaking. It was. We had 5 seniors. Mckenzie McNeil, Andre Long, Jade Richards, Mallory Overton, Skylar Newby, and these girls they worked their tail off just like our girls over here, our juniors and seniors. Day in and day out. Starting, we start after Labor Day every year, get in the weight room and throwing and conditioning and getting our bodies ready to what they need to be. And those girls, we were really excited about last year. We thought, we were going to give, everybody in our district a run for their money. We knew we had the talent, and started off hot, going 4-1 before they canceled the season, and it's just you think back and what could have been, and it's just disappointing that happened. Nobody can control it; it's nobody's fault, but it'd have been really fun to see what that team could have done.
Exactly. Got our first call coming in. Let's go ahead and take it. Locker room chat, you're on the air.
Yeah, caller, I had a question for Coach Russell.
Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
I just wanted to know, as a longtime Mav fan and former Maverick myself, how intimidating can that be as having Coach Howe as your assistant, basically considering he's like a legend at AC and coached for so many years? How do you guys make that dynamic work? Just want to say go Mavs and 8 is enough.
I was a former baseball guy. I was a baseball coach for, can't remember how many years. I think I started in 2004. I was still in college and was a volunteer baseball assistant and wound up being the paid assistant after that, and wound up coaching with Ben Downs when he was there, and learned a lot. And then Coach Freeman, just backstory, Coach Freeman kept asking me to, he kept losing assistants because of people becoming administrators and all that stuff. He kept asking me to come over, and I was like, no, I can't do it. And then when my dad had some health issues, and he's like, now might be a good time for you to come over and be my assistant. Softball's a little bit shorter game, and not as long nights. And I thought, that's a good idea. Well, back to the question, when you've got somebody like Coach Howe, who has forgotten more softball than I know, you take that as a blessing, and you don't, he said something about trying not to get in my way. Well, I don't try to get in his. When you know that somebody knows more about something than you do, you listen. And that's all I've done. I've tried to soak in as much knowledge as I can off of him and how he's done things. And, just like every decision we make as a coaching staff, we make as a group. Like, it's not just hey, I'm a dictator. It's what I say. No, I literally ask them every game, hey, what are we thinking here? Because 3 heads are better than 1 for sure. And it's definitely not just because the word head coach is in front of my name, it doesn't mean that I make every decision no matter what. It's definitely a group effort, and obviously I think it's working. So the old motto is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it ain't broke, so we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and using his knowledge. That's I call him my secret weapon a lot of times. So it's definitely, is he intimidating? Yeah, a little bit for sure. As much as he knows, but when I look over and he's wearing the same shirt as I'm wearing in the same colors, and he's sitting in the same dugout, I can handle that.
That's a good call, caller. That's a good word for Coach Howe, a legend. He's a living legend. It's not many coaches or anybody has a field named after him.
While they're still living.
While they're still while they're still coaching. So that's quite an honor.
We thought if we named the field after him, he'd keep staying around longer. There's a bribe.
So Coach Russell, if you would, just tell everybody out there a little bit about yourself, as far as.
All right. Well, like I said, I got to Anderson County from a phone call from Merle Albright one day. He used to be the assistant principal, and I think he was eventually wound up being over the transportation and central office for Anderson County Schools. He knew my stepdad really well, who taught at ACCTC. And when I got done playing baseball in college, he knew I was done playing baseball, so he talked to my stepdad. And one day I got a phone call from Merle Albright that, hey, we need a volunteer assistant up here to help us coach baseball. Would you be interested? And I thought, well, absolutely. I was still finishing up my degree, and I thought, if we could make that work, I would love to help out. And that's what I did. And, Merle was the head coach my first year as a volunteer assistant, filling in because they had lost the head coach the year before. And then the next year, Mike Gwynn took over, so I was his assistant for 3 years. And then Ben Downs came in, and I was his assistant for, I don't know how many years after that.
He's on the baseball side.
Yeah, I was on the baseball side of it. Never thought a day in the world that I'd be coaching girls softball. I didn't have any interest in it. I didn't, I watched some games, and I knew it was fast and exciting and all that, but that was the extent of it. And then Travis Freeman got me to come over when he was head coach, and nothing against baseball, nothing against the guys I coached with or the players I coached in baseball, but I wouldn't go back to that for nothing. It's been a blessing. I thank the good Lord every day that I coach girls softball. I tell everybody it was meant to be, because 2 years ago I had a little girl, my first child, and I can't wait for her to play softball. And she shows up every night. And, we were talking tonight at dinner. I said, she got upset over something, her little doll or something like that. And I said, hey, you got to quit crying. I said, guess what we get to do tomorrow? I said, you get to go see the big girls. And she said, softball? I said, softball. So she, the fact that she's there now, it's just, the best things in my life are all in one spot.
So you are a graduate of Henderson County?
No, I graduated from Lenore City High School.
Lenore City, okay. And
2002.
so you played baseball there. You mentioned you played in college. Where'd you play college?
Played at Piedmont College in North Georgia.
Okay, and you graduated from North City in 2002?
I did.
Okay. What do you do at Henderson County High School now?
I'm a special ed inclusion teacher. So I work with the special ed department. Coach Happ mentioned Gina Terry earlier, so she's my special ed boss at the high school. She runs everything, and I do what she tells me to. But
So you mentioned your 2-year-old daughter. Go ahead and talk about your family, your wife, and
so
having the other kids.
Married a good old Campbell County girl. My summer job since I've been 18 has been up there working with the fireworks, pyro shows in La Follette. Lansing Hill, the guy that owns pyro shows, me and his son went to high school together at Lenore City, odd enough. And so I started working up there as my summer job, and then wound up meeting my wife, who, friends of a friends that we met. We were out somewhere one night, and they're like, oh, we know them. And I wound up meeting her, so the rest is history there. But got married to her. And
what's her name?
Tiffany Russell, formerly a Tiffany Heatherly. I think there's a bunch of Heatherlys up there in Campbell County, but
did she play ball?
She did not. I think she ran a little bit of track, but that was about it.
What's your daughter's name?
Abby Russell.
Abby.
Yep, she'll be 3 in September, and she's a little fireball. And so we've already got her hitting off a tee and throwing softball and trying to run the bases, and she's still trying to figure out. I say, hey, go touch second. So she runs over there, but she literally stops and touches second. She don't stand on it. So we got to work on that. But
I know Coach Howe, he's got some young grandkids. Go ahead and talk about your family. I know you have some daughters as well that played at Henderson County.
Yes, I married Lori. She was a Collins from Rockwood. We've been married a little over 46 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We've got 2 daughters. One will be 39 Sunday. The other one's 34. The 34-year-old teaches at Claxton part-time at Lake City Elementary. I think she's a behavior specialist is what she's called. She has 2 kids, an 8-year-old boy and a 5-year-old little girl. We get to keep them quite often. The other one, grandchild, belongs to my oldest daughter, and they live in Rock Hill, South Carolina. She's 9 years old.
Who's that now?
That's Misty.
Misty and
Shonda. Misty is the older one that lives in North Carolina, South Carolina, and then Shonda is the one that, lives here and works with the Anderson County Schools. But Misty was one of my pitchers, my main pitcher in 97, 98, my only pitcher in 97, 98, and then had another pitcher in 99 that, helped quite a bit, actually 98 and 99, and then a third pitcher that came on in 2000. But anyway, coaching my 2 daughters in high school is probably, it was the highlight of my coaching career, one of the highlight, of my life, but getting to coach the 2 of them. But the daughter that graduated in 2000, I actually gave up high school coaching 91 through 94 and started a youth team with, her and her friends. And one of those friends actually has a daughter that's a freshman on our team now, Emily Disney Bullock, and her daughter Jalen, plays now. But Emily was the other pitcher in 98 and 99. I was looking back at the stats the other day. Emily graduated in 99. My daughter graduated in 2000. They both had identical 15-6 records.
Wow.
In 1999, and we went to the state tournament in 98 and 99, and they were the
How many,
two pitchers at that
how
time.
many state tournaments has Anderson County been to?
Girls softball just those 2 years.
98, 99.
98, 99. Yeah, I didn't do very well. Lost both games both years, but we made it. And let me kind of back up a little bit. I don't know if I've ever told Coach Russell this. Some of the people in my younger days knew it, but told you my oldest daughter will be 39 Sunday. She was born, honestly, it was a Sunday morning, when she was born, 12 minutes after 10 o'clock. And we didn't know if she's we were going to have a boy or a girl. Well, saw it was a little girl. My first comment, there's my softball pitcher. And that's what I said the very minute she came onto this earth, and she ended up being my softball pitcher. The other daughter was a decent pitcher. Actually, she pitched no-hitter as a freshman, but she told me after her freshman year, she just basically said, "Dad, it's too much work to be a pitcher. I don't want to pitch." And she ended up being a second baseman. She gave up the pitching.
So hopefully, Coach Russell, you'll be able to coach Abby one day.
That's the plan.
Lady Mavericks.
I hope so. Yep, that's the plan for sure.
I know they grow up fast, but enjoy her while she's young.
Yep. Have her around the softball field as much as possible.
That's right. Well, we're going to go ahead and take our first break of the night. We'll be back to visit with some of the Lady Mavericks that are here. We're looking forward to that, so stick around. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Mckenzie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Mckenzie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Mckenzie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Mckenzie Pharmacy has a drive-through for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Mckenzie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
Buff Subaru would like to announce the opening of our brand new, larger facility in Kingston. This new facility was designed to offer unmatched comfort and convenience for our customers. Our service department now offers full tire and alignment services, express oil changes, and a car wash included with each service. We're conveniently located at I-40 exit 356 in Kingston, an easy drive from anywhere in the greater Knoxville area. Earl Duff Subaru, Tennessee's only 10-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Award.
Take advantage of financing as low as 0% during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Earl Duff Subaru in Kingston.
We all know that real estate is location, location, location.
Our team at Just Homes Group Realty Executives has the true expertise, pairing buyers and sellers with the right opportunities.
Whether you're looking to buy or sell a home right here in Knoxville,
Lenoir City, Clinton, or Farragut, we have the expertise throughout every Knoxville surrounding area. Call Just Homes Group Realty Executives today.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is your gift destination. Shop the new plush selection for that special someone. We have Bath & Body Works popular fragrances and custom gift baskets too. Live and Let Live has a wide selection of gift and home decor for any occasion, from yard flags to selected jewelry, plus much more. We have Big Orange giftware always available year-round. And don't forget to enjoy a soda fountain treat while you shop. Live and Let Live Drugstore, Gift Shop, and Soda Fountain in downtown Rockwood.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back into the locker room chat. And we are visiting tonight with the Henderson County Lady Mavericks softball team and head coach Alan Russell here in the middle. Assistant coach Gary Howe there on the end. And let's go ahead and meet some of these young ladies. Coach Russell, our first Lady Mav is Abby Buswell. Go ahead and talk a little bit about Abby.
Well, Abby's a senior for us. She's plays center field. In my opinion, probably the best center field in our district, if not the East Tennessee for sure. She's made some amazing plays. One thing about Abby, she's 110% all the time. She's one of those kids like we're out there in batting practice and here she goes and she's laying out trying to catch a ball in batting practice and you want to be like, hey, calm down. We've still got 47 more games to play this year. But she's made, she's definitely made some miles drop this year on some of the catches she's made. I referred to us playing up in Eastman, a couple weeks ago, and they had one of those temporary fences up, and we're playing Daniel Boone, and they've got a big UT commit up to bat, and she hammers one, and then here goes Abby after it, and she jumps and catches it, and flips over this fence and makes the grab, and we wind up winning 4-3, and the other coach just kind of goes, what do you do?
Flip over the fence.
Yeah, she sure did.
Coach Howe, comments on Abby?
Abby is an outstanding center fielder. She's made half a dozen or so unbelievable catches this season. Balls that I didn't think she had chances on. And basically, see the ball hit towards the outfield. I know she's going to catch it if she can, get to it. Sometimes she might have to run Jade out of the way a little bit, but or sometimes Jade may have to run her out of the way, but two of them have played just an outstanding left and center field for us this season.
We got a call here. Let's go ahead and take it. I believe this is locker room chat. You're on the air.
Hi, this is, I just wanted to call and ask the girls who their favorite coach is.
I want to ask the girls who their favorite coach is. Okay, Abby, who's your favorite coach?
No pressure.
This is a lot of pressure. I figure my favorite coach, just to play it safe right now, is Coach Hall Scott. We'll just go with that one.
That's good. Is this Abby's mom?
Yes, it is. Abby's mom.
Let's go. Thanks, Mom.
Any other questions, Ms. Buswell?
I'd like to know. No, I don't have any other questions. I'm sorry, I can't think of any more.
Okay, well, thank you for calling in.
All right, bye-bye.
That was a good question. A little loaded, but yeah, Abby handled that well, didn't
That's
she?
right. Abby referred to Coach Hall Scott. That was our former Coach Hall, now Coach Scott, is our pitching coach. So she seems to be the team favorite this year. Apparently they don't like old guys.
Abby, start out, do you have any, well, first we're going to say you play center field, and they say the earth is it's either 2/3 water or 3/4 water. Water covers the earth, and you cover the other part. Is that right?
Yeah.
They used to say that about Gary Maddox, played baseball for the Phillies back in the day, so that means you cover a lot of ground out there. So, do you have any pregame rituals, Abby?
I figure it's just have a good talk with the girls and just get us all ready together. I mean, I can't think of anything I do specifically, but
So how's your season going thus far?
I think our season is going great. Me personally, I feel like I've done good this year, but as a team, we've just been so close and we've played good.
Do you have any individual goals coming into this year?
That's a tough question. Personally, I'd just like to go to a college that works out for me and works good with me, and just kind of see where things go.
So you made a lot of ESPN, Sports Center play of the day catches.
You could say that.
How'd you make that catch? Went over the fence. You actually flipped over the fence.
Sort of. I can't brag on myself, but I flipped over the fence.
That's outstanding. You got another call? Let's take it. Locker room chat. You're on the air.
Hey, it's your favorite AD.
Hey, GT. Thanks for calling in.
Always glad to call in and talk to you, and always glad to see the Mavs on the program right there. Appreciate you having them out tonight. Lady Mavs did a great job this season. They've had got maybe a record getting ready to be broken, I hope. We're excited about seeing that, so hopefully we can get that home run record changed here in the next few days. I'd like to see that.
Uh-huh. That'd be Mckenzie, right?
Yep.
No pressure.
What do you think about this coaching staff?
We're very fortunate to have our coaching staff and the softballer out there. Gary Happ, he's been with us a long time. I think he's retired twice and came back both times, and so we're glad to have him back as always. Take him on the football staff if he'd come on that staff too.
Yeah, I believe he could coach any sport.
I guarantee you he could. Coach Russell's done a super job leading that program. We're thankful to have him. Girls do a great job in the off season. One thing that Coach Russell's brought to the table is the off-season training program with the weights and the running, things like that he does that all the softball players love.
Oh, yeah. Use that track.
Yep. So we're excited about the doubleheader tomorrow night. Should be a fun one.
Yeah, big game against the Central Lady Bobcats. I believe Henderson County wins those two. They'll get second place. And guys, how long has it been since the Mavericks finished that high in the district?
It's been a while.
Gary Huck will know that answer better than me. He knows lots of things like that.
Yeah, it's a very tough district. Year in, year out, Powell Halls, or Central, and who am I missing out? Carnes, and just but all the teams are pretty competitive year in, year out. So it's tough to make a region.
It sure is. It's fun to watch, though. I tell you, we have these big games on our campus and big games in the tournament. It sure is fun to watch.
You know, up until I think it was the year before last, before COVID hit, you know, Jeff County won the state tournament. But before that, I think it was the 4 previous years that somebody in our district played for the state championship, whether it been a Gibbs or a Powell. I think Powell was twice in a row. Of course, Halls was right there 2 years ago, one game away from the state championship. And, you know, I brag on our district. Not only is it one of the biggest districts in the state with, you know, one time we had 9 teams, now we're down to 8 teams when we lost Gibbs. But year in and year out, it was I would put our top 4 teams in our district against any other 4 teams in the state, you know, in a tournament. And I think we'd come out, you know, pretty good. And then, of course, you know, you get lucky enough and good enough to get out of our district, finish top 2 in the tournament, well, then you get to go over and you get to see a, you know, Farragut or a Hardin Valley or a Heritage, who all are very, very, very good teams. So if you can get out of our region and then eventually out of East Tennessee, you've got a great shot to win the whole thing.
Next year you'll see that change with adding another class for softball. Of course, Anderson County y'all will stay 3A, and I think it'll only be like a 4-team district. Correct?
Yeah, just 4 teams, just us, Clinton, Halls, and Scott County in our district. And then our region we'll have to you know, we'll have to deal with Gibbs in our region and like Carter and all them who are good softball teams as well.
Yeah, I think that'll be good for the sport. And
it will. You know, we're not you know, here right now in AAA, which is the biggest division as of right now. You know, we're right at 1,000 students, and you know, we're having to play the Hardin Valleys and the Farraguts and all that who are, you know, 700-800 more kids than us, and we're not scared of that. We'll go play anybody. But at the end of the day, it definitely can be an advantage year in and year out to have that many more students.
Right. Well, Coach Terry, any more questions or comments?
Well, Coach, I know Coach Russell was talking about stealing bases today. We were talking about that. Sometimes I think Coach Howe, he likes to steal bases too. We've got a great season stealing bases so far, so I'd like to know which one of y'all is calling to steal all those bases, because it looks like both of you got a hand in it.
It's definitely a little bit of both of us, you know.
A whole lot more Coach Russell.
Well, Coach Happ definitely, you know, when I took over, you know, he first started helping me. You know, he would say, hey, you know, I was trying to get your attention, maybe to try this or try that, because, you know, I'm coaching third base and he's coaching first base, and you know, like, Coach Happ, you don't have to get my attention for anything. Just tell him. Like, if you want him to steal, tell him to steal. So, of course, now this year they know I'll call it, and then next thing I know, I've got a girl going, and it's because Coach Houck's told her to steal. And you know, it's been working for us. So we've talked.
Yeah.
You know, we're just we're going to keep giving it a shot until somebody keeps throwing us out. I think currently right now we have 139 stolen base attempts, and out of 139, we've stolen 136 of them.
Wow.
Got to be something in the state there. That has to lead something in the state.
Yep. It's a lot of stolen bases. You know, we preach all the time, girls, if we can just get on first, we're going to get to second. And if we can get to second, we can get in scoring position, somebody will get us in.
Of course, you get all those steals, you have to have some fast players. And
absolutely. This is by far the most athletic all-around group of girls or team, period, that I've ever coached. Baseball, softball, it doesn't matter. I can, you know, a girl that plays shortstop one day, I can easily, if something happens, stick her in left field, center field, you know, first base, whatever. We are so blessed to have that, you know, ability to where not one person is, hey, I have to play here. This is the only position I can play. You know, we always preach to the girls, hey, if you want to be in the starting lineup as athletically as we are, hit. If you can hit, you're going to play somewhere.
Coach Terry, we thank you for calling in.
Always great to be a part of the show. Thanks to Coach Russell, and thanks to Gary Howe for all that they do for our kids. And we're excited about this season. Let's keep it going, guys. Excited about tomorrow night. Good luck.
Thanks, Coach.
That was Coach Gary Terry, athletic director. Does a great job with not only softball, with all the sports there at Anderson County.
Sure, absolutely.
Let's go back to Miss Abby Buswell. She's got a lot of those steals, I bet.
She does.
So, Abby, how long you been playing softball?
I didn't play t-ball, but I've played softball as long as I can remember, and I've consistently played with the same travel team since about 12U. and I play for AC. So
You started, you was about 12.
a little bit younger than that, probably.
What do you like about playing softball?
Everything. I love the friends I've made. I love the people I'm around, and I love my coaches. It's all around great atmosphere.
What's it like to play for Coach Russell and Coach Howe?
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes it's a little scary, but it's pretty fun, and we have a good time. And they're great coaches. And Coach Hall.
You play any other sports?
I do not. I've only played softball.
Who would you say that Anderson County's biggest rival is in softball?
Definitely Powell.
Powell's definitely the team to beat right now, right?
Absolutely.
What's it like to play for Anderson County to wear those colors?
I love these colors. I mean, they look great with my hair. They look great on all of us.
Did you grow up in Anderson County?
No, I grew up in Georgia, and we moved here. I'm originally zoned for Clinton, but I've gone AC, and I've loved every bit of it.
Do you have a favorite team or a favorite player?
On my team?
Or just
just in general. No, not really. I'm just softball.
What about school? What's your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject in school is definitely English. It's the easiest for me. I'm not great at math, so English it is.
Who's your teacher?
Mr. Bolton, James Bolton. He's pretty great.
You're a senior, and what's some of the memories you're going to take away from being a Maverick?
Definitely the clubhouse memories of just all the girls talking and have a great time before games, after games, in the dugout, screaming our lungs out and having a great time trying to beat teams and winning ball games. It's just fun.
What's your plans after graduation?
Well, attending college. I have not decided where I want to go yet, but I've got 2 places I'd like to play softball at, and that's what I'm stuck on right now.
Okay. Well, go ahead and give a shout out there to some of your loved ones watching.
Thanks, Mom, for calling in. Thanks, Dad, for teaching me how to play softball and doing all this for me. And then my little brother, he's pretty great too. He kind of just comes and watches, but I'm thankful for him.
Well, Abby, thank you, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Okay, who we got next? Leah
Yeah.
Elkins?
Yes.
Talk about Leah, Coach Russell.
Leah is, when she introduced herself earlier as an outfielder, I thought, well, she's, sold herself short a little bit. She's one of our good pitchers. We have three varsity pitchers right now that have pitched great for us this year, and Leah is one of those. And she is, one, she's a great outfielder. She can, she's long-legged and can run, and I kid her sometimes. She looks like a deer out there going after balls. And with her and Abby and Jade, we have a full senior outfield, and it's good. Like they can, balls are hit out there, and I know most of the time they're going to get caught. And Leah, she's just been a good senior leader along with the other 2 seniors we have, and it's great because she, she's a little different as a pitcher. She's a lot more crafty and can, where we have our other 2 pitchers, throw a little bit harder than Leah, which is okay. But we bring her in, and she can make people look a little silly at the plate sometimes. She pitched last Friday against a good Union County team, and only gave up 2 runs. We wound up winning 3-2, and they've got one of the most dominant pitchers in East Tennessee who throws really, really hard, probably the hardest pitcher we've seen all year. And we beat them 3-2, and that's the same Union County team that beat Halls last night. And they've got some good wins under their belt. And Leah's got the confidence in herself, and we have the confidence in her as well. That in games like that, she can come in and pitch and throw strikes and move the ball real well and have off speed and can mix it up, which is a great benefit to have, and is one reason why we've played so many games. We've already got 20. We're 27-12. And it's the fact that we've got those 3 pitchers where we can go to a tournament like the Eastman and we can win our pool play and wind up playing, I think, 9 games in 3 days. If we just had one pitcher, we couldn't do that. We wouldn't want to do that, So having that is of a great benefit. We went down to Gordonsville early in the season on spring break, and we had some COVID issues come up with other teams, and it messed up our spring break plans. And we got in that tournament late, and we had a game on Friday. I said, hey, we're going to come now. I've got 3 pitchers. We'll play the whole tournament on Saturday. Just let us in. And they said, sure. So sure enough, we book it down to Gordonsville on the Saturday morning and wind up playing 6 games in one day and winning all of them and winning that tournament. And all 3 pitchers got to throw multiple games, and that was great for us.
Who's your other 2 pitchers?
So we got Reese Simpson, who's a junior here tonight, Michaela Simmons, who is a sophomore who's not here, and then we got Leah, a senior.
Okay. Coach Howe, comments on Leah?
Leah has done a really good job for us in the outfield. She's, just be honest, Leah has surprised me with her, pitching as well as she has. Pleasant surprise. But I think one reason that she's been successful, you stand and watch her, whether she's playing the outfield, whether she's pitching, she can't throw the ball straight. Everything she throws has a curve on it.
A natural curve.
Just a natural curve. I mean, it does. You watch her just throwing. The ball curves. She pitches, it curves. And in the past, Leah's pitched some, and she had trouble, basically finding the strike zone. Right, Leah?
Yeah.
It's not been the case this year. She's found the strike zone, and she's been very, very effective. And she's hit the ball very well also. Now, she walked last night, and when she got to first, I said, well, you just did something you hardly ever do. Well, she goes up hacking. She swings the bat. Her and Abby both do. But she's had a really, really good season, and just been tickled for her as well as, all the girls. But we needed that other pitcher, and she has stepped up big time.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take this call before we get to Leah. Go ahead, caller. You're on locker room chat.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Hey, just a couple questions. I'll take your answer off the air. Big fan. You guys have had a lot of games this year. Been following the success. Real excited for you. Just a couple things. As far as, I love the girls, whoever can answer. Coach Russell, Coach Scott, and Coach, Hawkins maybe. I just wanted to get the girls' opinions on what they thought of them. How much they love them, if they don't like them at all. Just kind of their thoughts. And then also a couple things. What are Coach Russell's favorite sayings out there on the diamond? And I'll hang up and listen.
Okay, thank you, caller. Leah, you want to tackle those questions? Did you hear that?
Well, I would say Coach Russell's favorite thing on the field is us hitting the ball on the ground. He's constantly honest about that.
Hit it on the ground?
Yes.
Keep it out of there, right.
Yes, good things happen when you hit the ball on the ground. Yep.
And what's it like to play for Coach Russell and Coach Happ?
I've always loved playing under them. I feel like they're really smart. They know the game, and they know what's best for us, and they truly care about us, and I just think they're all around really good coaches.
Well, Leah, you're a senior, and where do you bat in the order?
I hit last. I'm
last?
in the 9-hole. Yeah.
Sort of like another leadoff position though in softball.
Yes, sir.
That's
yes.
exactly right.
Yeah.
She can, she could bat second or fifth, or but we've got her down there because she didn't start the year there, and I told her one game. I said, hey, I've got you, in the 9th position. I said, don't get frustrated. I said, you're getting on base, and I said the top of our lineup's hot right now. I need you on base for when the top of our lineup comes up, and she's done it. She's been on base, and Audrey gets up in the leadoff spot, and she hits a single, and Leah scores. So. Makes me look like a genius.
I know she's got good speed as well, and probably got some stolen bases.
Absolutely.
Well, how long have you been pitching? This your first year on the varsity pitching, or you pitched some previously?
I've pitched a little previously, but I started pitching when I was about 13, and I took a break for a while, but then I came back because Coach Russell said he needed me to be a pitcher, so I came back and pitched for him.
Would you like to play college ball?
I was going to, but I decided that I would focus on my career more, but I am going to Lee University, and I'm up for a position as a manager on their softball team.
Oh, really? Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So your plans after graduation is to go to Lee University? That's in
Yes, sir.
Cleveland?
Yes, sir.
What What are you planning on majoring in?
I'm going to major in business management.
Well, they might, once you get down there, they might try to recruit you to be on the team.
Hopefully.
That's what I said.
Maybe.
Uh-huh. So how long have you been playing softball, Leah?
I started playing baseball whenever I was 10, and then I moved to softball when I was about 13.
So you used to play baseball, huh?
Yes, sir.
With the boys?
Yes, sir.
Did you grow up in Henderson County?
Yes, sir.
So what do you like about playing softball?
I just love the friends that I meet past all these years. All the travel teams I've been on, I've moved travel teams a lot. I haven't stayed on the same one for longer than a year or two, but that just means I get to meet new people, and I still have I keep all the relationships from all the past teams that I've been on, and made some really good friends.
Do you have any pregame rituals?
Just the jam sessions in the locker room.
That's good. What about the team goals this year? What were the team goals for the Lady Mavericks?
I think a big goal for sure is getting out of districts and just seeing how far we can go. I think we can make it all the way, but we'll see how it goes.
Would you say, do you play any other sports?
No, sir, not anymore.
Biggest rival?
Powell.
Powell, how'd y'all do against Powell this year? I know you just play them once, or you play them twice? Or?
We played them twice. We played them at home, got beat kind of bad. And then we came back and played them at Powell, and we played pretty good against them, but our hitting wasn't there. But we could definitely beat them.
Looking for another shot, right?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Biology.
Biology. Who's your teacher?
Mr. Harrington, best teacher I've ever had.
As a senior, what's some of the memories you're going to take away from wearing the navy blue and silver?
Definitely hanging out with the girls. We've really come together as a family this year, and I feel like we haven't had that the past few years. And just being with them all the time, hanging out with them in school, out of school, on the softball field, there's some of the best memories.
You'd like to go ahead and give a shout out?
I'll shout out to my mom and dad, Joe and Tana, and my older brother, Chase. Thank you for all you've done for me.
All right, thank you, Leah, and good
you.
luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Go back to the phones. Locker room chat, you're on the air.
Yes, this is a question for Mckenzie Henderson. You know your boyfriend's a baseball player and all, and he's a pretty good hitter, but do you think you're better than him?
It's a question for Mckenzie.
Can you hit better than your boyfriend? The answer is yes.
Yes. Who is this?
I don't know. It might have been your boyfriend. I don't know. But any other questions? I think they're gone.
He's gone.
Well, Mckenzie, since you got the mic, let's go ahead and talk to you. Comments on Mckenzie Henderson, yeah.
Mackenzie's a junior catcher for us. She got here her sophomore year, I believe. Came from CAK, and very thankful for that. She's always been a Norris Anderson County girl, and we're just she's great. Blessed to have her. She's right now I can't think of a catcher with her skill set that we've had ever behind the plate. Obviously, you've had more than I have, and I know that the running game, teams know exactly who she is, and no matter if she's hitting or behind the plate, and I know there's not been very many stolen bases on us this year because she's back there. She's got one of the best arms I've seen, and then offensively, you've already talked about it, that she's hit multiple home runs. I think she's at 8 right now, and the reason she probably doesn't have more is because they've quit pitching to her. You know, the other night against Carr, and she was getting frustrated because she was seeing, you know, change up. They wouldn't throw anything to hit, and she'd take her walk and go down to first base. And, you know, she was getting frustrated, but we had to tell her, hey, that's a good job. That's, you know, that's what you got to do when you're a good hitter. They're not going to throw you anything. So she's been real disciplined at that, and, you know, we're just thankful she's one of ours.
Coach Howe?
Probably best all-around catcher that, you know, I've seen at Henderson County High School at this point. You know, had a couple of catchers that probably, you know, threw the ball as well as Mckenzie. Maybe one or two that, you know, caught. I don't think I've had a catcher that has hit as well as Mckenzie, but put the three together, she's doing the job, and like Coach Russell said, people just don't run against us. Yesterday we were at Carter, and, you know, I heard the Carter coach saying, we're not running, just stay here. And, you know, and we just made a decision early in the year, even we had the first and third situation, probably 99% of the time we were going to go ahead and throw and take that if they were going to try to steal. And basically, you know, people, very few teams Howe's probably the only team that's tried to run, and Mckenzie threw out by far their best base runner. And I doubt that anybody else has thrown her out this year, so top-notch catcher.
Well, Mckenzie, I know your dad was a good baseball player, also a good softball player, hit a lot of home runs. Did your dad teach you how to hit? So I think your mom told me last week you're closing in on the single-season home run record at Anderson County High School. What is the record?
12, I think, or
10.
10.
Oh, it's 10. So how many do you have currently?
8 or 9. One
You
of
got
those.
8 in regular season.
I think one of those was inside the Parker, right, Coach Howe?
Yeah, down in Clinton.
Yeah.
But she had just hit one out of the park the bat before.
Yeah, over the fence, over the road,
Right.
into the basketball courts.
That's pretty good. Inside the park and one over the fence in the same game. That's pretty good. So you're a junior, and obviously you got another year. So what is the career record home runs? You know, Mr. Howe?
No, I don't. You got to remember, back in my earlier days of coaching, the bats were not live like they are now. Pitching rubber is 40 feet, and there wasn't, you know, near the home runs that were hit. You know, if I were guessing, Emily Fowler is the one he hit the 10, and she probably has the school record. Had a girl, even though the bats were not very good, and Leah, you know this girl, she was at senior night, but she hit 3 in a doubleheader one game, and I think she had like 5 or 6 for the season and led the team, and 3 of them were in one doubleheader. Brooklyn Ogle was her name at the time. That was in 02 or 03, I think. But, you know, any home run records have been the last few years.
So, Mckenzie, did you have any individual goals coming into this season as far as home runs?
Well, I was in a slump my last travel ball season towards the end, and so before high school season started, I really just stayed working day in, day out, and getting my swing. It's muscle memory, so I just kept doing it as much as I could, and I was going into junior season thinking that it was going to be a change in my hitting, and it definitely was.
Do you have any pregame rituals?
Well, we like to goof around a lot and kind of just get in a good mood before the game, but also probably getting our confidence up and telling ourselves that we know we can go out there and do it no matter who we're playing, no matter if it's a team that we play a lot or a team that we don't really play. We go out there and we tell ourselves we're going to do good, and we're definitely going to give it our all.
So how long have you been playing softball?
I started T-ball when I was 4, and I've played ever since.
sure you like to go play in college.
Yes, sir, I would.
Are you getting any letters now as a junior?
I am.
You play any other sports?
I play basketball.
How is it playing for Anderson County? What do you was at CAK, and what's it like to be a Maverick?
I love being a Maverick. It was a very good choice coming there.
What about playing for Coach Russell and Coach Howe?
Good choice.
Made the transition easy for you?
Yeah.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Probably anatomy.
Anatomy? Who's your teacher?
Miss Yaden.
Miss Yaden? I know you're just a junior, but what's your plans? Next year you'll be a senior. What's your plans after graduation, if you have any yet?
I definitely want to play college softball, and for my career, I want to be in dental.
Dental? What's some of the memories you're making in Anderson County right now?
I've definitely gotten a lot closer with these seniors, and I'm really going to miss them a lot. And I've made a lot of good friendships, and probably the best friendships I have are this softball team right here. We're all a family, and we all have each other's backs no matter what, and we're always there for each other. So my best memories are definitely from the softball field.
I'd like to go ahead and give a shout out.
Thank you to my parents and my grandparents for coming to every single game and supporting me. And thank you to Coach Russell and Coach Howe and Coach Hall Scott for being the best coaches.
Okay, Mckenzie, good luck the rest of the season, and hope you get that record.
Thank you.
Let's meet the other senior, Jade Richards. And Jade, congratulations. I saw where you signed a scholarship to go to Bryan College to continue your softball career. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Coach Russell, talk about your senior outfielder.
Well, Jade, not just this year, but her entire career with us, she's been Miss Utility Player, and she's played shortstop, second base, first base, outfield.
Oh, she plays
anywhere we've needed her. We've had the confidence in Jade that no matter what happens, one, we had to keep her batting the lineup, and we had the confidence with her athletic ability and her skill set that we could put her anywhere, and that position would be fine. Or other girls probably couldn't move, not so much, where they could play there, but not as good as Jade could play there. But right now we've got her in the left field, and she's locked it down, and she's made some great plays. Like I said earlier, those three seniors in the outfield can cover some ground, and we're real confident anytime a ball's hit out there, they're going to catch it. And Jade, she's been a workhorse, and when she signed at her signing, I mentioned that Jade could have came in her freshman year and just told herself, you know what, I'm just going to be a decent ball player, slightly above average ball player, and wouldn't have to work hard to do that because she already had that talent naturally. But that wasn't good enough for her. She has worked day in and day out. She worked in the weight room in the fall to get stronger. She's tried to get faster, and she's gotten faster. I think her and Audrey might be tied for the most stolen bases at like 15 or 16, I think. And neither one of them have been caught stealing yet. And that's just a thing with her athletic ability. Jade, and she knows this. She came in the first of the year, and I think mentally she was trying to do too much. Being a senior, she was trying to be the senior leader, and I think she put a lot of pressure on herself, and it affected her bat a little bit. And now that she's calmed down, I think her batting average has jumped. I think 210 points over the last 4 weeks. And she's gotten hot now, and we've got her batting in the fifth spot, which has worked out great because the top of our lineup gets on base, and just like last night at Carter, if Jade's not in the lineup last night, we probably don't win. and she had some big hits and big RBIs, and 2 out hits that got runners in in the scoring position that got them in. So she's been a rock for us this year.
Coach Howe.
Well, as Coach Russell said, the season didn't start the way Jade wanted it to. Right, Jade?
Right.
But she's turned it around, and I don't know if any of the rest of you girls or whatever but noticed, but we played Carnes in late March and got beat 2-1. Outplayed them in all aspects except the scoreboard. Jade didn't have a real good game that night. Jade, you may or may not remember this, but you sat in the dugout during the JV game, and I don't think she talked to anyone, but you could tell softball was on her mind, and I really believe her thought process after that game had a lot to do with how she ended up playing. And I may be wrong, she may not remember that, but I noticed her 3 or 4 different times, just, her focus, her mind. But the other thing, and I said this at her signing, that has always stood out with me about Jade, and it's, no knock on the other 19 girls on our team, but I feel like Jade plays hard, hustle, gives more effort than, anybody we have on the team. I mean, I don't know who noticed this, but we played, when we were playing Friday against Grace, she ran one out at first base. She didn't stop till she was in short right field. I mean, she gave it all that she had, and she probably ran twice the distance that she needed to run. I've not seen anybody else do that. And she didn't slow down. It wasn't, slowing down, but she just gives a great effort, and it's hard not to notice that.
Jade, you're a senior, and Coach Russell said you play a lot of positions. What's your favorite position?
I really I don't know. I like second base a lot just because there's a lot to do, but I like outfield a lot too because running down balls, I think it's fun. So.
And you have a younger sister who plays on the team, right?
Yes, sir, Allie. She's a sophomore.
You try to bring her along a little bit, show her some things?
Yeah, we usually, sometimes I'll be like, hey, do you want to go hit with me in the backyard? Like, try to we do a lot of things together, so try to bring her along with me whenever I get a chance.
Yeah. Do you have any pregame rituals?
Not really, just trying to stay confident and keeping your head in it. I just think that confidence is really the best thing.
What do you like playing for Anderson County? How do you like, with the pride, wearing that jersey?
I like Anderson County a lot. There's a lot of other places I could be, but I think Anderson County is just really great, and I've been close with all these girls, and I just think that everyone around here is really supportive and good.
You're going to Bryan College. What do you plan on majoring in?
I'm going to major in psychology.
Psychology? Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
You play any other sports?
No. I used to play basketball, but it's not my thing.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Probably English.
Probably English, uh-huh. And you're batting 5th in the lineup?
Yes, sir.
You have a lot of RBIs this year, been driving in some runs? Or?
Yes, sir. At the beginning of the year, I was batting 2nd, but I think 5th is better because there's more runners on base usually.
Did you have any individual goals coming into this season?
Well, I've never hit a home run in my life. I've always wanted to hit a home run, but it still hasn't happened yet. But I think average is way better than hitting a home run and then going 0 for 10. But I've always wanted to hit a home run. So.
And, would you like to go ahead and give a shout-out?
I just want to say thank you to my parents and my sister and my coaches that have helped me along the years.
All right, Jade, thank you. And good luck the rest of the season. Right now we're going to go ahead and take another break. We'll be right back to visit with the other Lady Mavericks You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is the premier pharmacy service location. Let our professional staff help with all your pharmacy needs, answer your questions, or help with your medication management with our Medicine on Time packaging system. We also offer medication therapy management to ensure you're receiving maximum benefits from your medication. Diabetes care is available with one-on-one consultations, or you can attend one of our monthly diabetes information classes. Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
Buff Subaru would like to announce the opening of our brand new, larger facility in Kingston. This new facility was designed to offer unmatched comfort and convenience for our customers. Our service department now offers full tire and alignment services, express oil changes, and a car wash included with each service. We're conveniently located at I-40 exit 356 in Kingston, an easy drive from anywhere in the greater Knoxville area. Earl Duff Subaru, Tennessee's only 10-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Award.
Take advantage of financing as low as 0% during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Earl Duff Subaru in Kingston.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
We all know that real estate is location, location, location.
Our team at Just Homes Group Realty Executives has the true expertise, pairing buyers and sellers with the right opportunities.
Whether you're looking to buy or sell a home right here in Knoxville,
Lenoir City, Clinton, or Farragut, we have the expertise throughout every Knoxville surrounding area. Call Just Homes Group Realty Executives today.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-thru for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
Welcome back into the Locker Room Chat, and we are joined here tonight by Anderson County head softball coach Alan Russell and assistant coach Gary Howe. And guys, we got 4 juniors here to talk about here. Big part of your program. So let's go ahead and meet these girls right now. Our first junior is Audrey Langford. Talk a little bit about Audrey.
Audrey, she's our shortstop, second baseman. She's another one of those. I can probably put her wherever if I needed her, but we've needed her at shortstop, and she's done a great job being the leadoff hitter of our team too. She's a left-hander. She can, she's the good thing about her is, she's very athletic, very strong, and she can slap from the left side and lay it down and beat it out, or she can stand in and hit it off the fence. And she gives teams fits when she does that, and she does a good job reading the defense, and taking what they give her, and she's done an excellent job for us this year.
Coach Howe?
I made this comment to her one night last week. One day we may see a fast pitcher, next day a slow pitcher. Maybe a bunch of change-ups, but I told Audrey that I feel like she adjusts the different pitching, is good, if not better than anybody, on our team. And which is, if you've been out there, it's not easy to do sometimes when that speed changes. But the other thing I want to mention about Audrey, we played over at Farragut Saturday a week ago. She leads the game off. She is up there for 18 pitches, 7-minute at bat, 18 pitches, and draws a walk to start the game. One of the best and longest at bats I've ever seen in a girls' high school softball game.
So Audrey, you're the leadoff batter. What are you batting this year? What's your average?
I'm pretty sure my average is around 500 last time I checked.
Pretty good, Coach.
Pretty good, pretty good.
What you want your leadoff batter to do? Get on base, and how many steals do you have?
Oh Lord, how many steals do I have, Russell?
You and Jade are tied. I think you're both 16 and 0.
16.
16 attempts, 16 steals. Not been thrown out yet.
Would you like to play in college?
I wanted to, and then I kind of decided against it based on the career I'm choosing.
What are you planning on to do after high school?
I'm going to go to college for 4 years, and then I plan on attending PA school.
PA school?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
A physician's assistant.
Okay, physician assistant. Okay. Yeah, I do a little PA. I thought you might be going to school.
Yeah, she's going to be an announcer.
Yeah, a public address announcer. No, that's what I need. But so, what about this season? Talk a little bit about it.
Oh my goodness, this is the season we've been waiting for since middle school, because we all played together in middle school, and we were waiting on Abby, Jade, and Leah to be seniors, and we were going to be juniors, and we've been excited for it for a long time.
Okay. So how long have you been playing softball?
I've been playing for 8 years.
And you have any pregame rituals?
Energy drinks and Firehouse.
Firehouse? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Audrey, let's go ahead and meet. Good luck the rest of the season. And we're getting a little pressed for time, so hand the mic off there. Mckenzie?
Yes, sir.
Mckenzie Horton, junior as well.
Catcher.
Catcher. Talk a little bit about Mckenzie.
Kind of like what I said about, one of the reasons I scheduled the games we scheduled and the competition we've scheduled, just like we had 3 good pitchers. Well, we had 2 good catchers too, because you can't play. We're at 39 games with still games left to play, and there's no way that I would have ever dreamed of scheduling that, just having one catcher to depend on. There's no way we could have done it. And the fact that we have Mckenzie back there as well that can step in and catch a good ball game and control runners and throw runners out. It's allowed us to play more games, play more tournaments, go deep into tournaments, and not have to worry about our other catcher's legs or her catcher's legs. If something happens, she's there, and she's done a great job for us behind the plate. She's made some great catches on pop-ups. I remember one at the Eastman. She goes back against the fence, and there was a great. I can't remember. I think Leah's mom took the picture, and it was a great time-lapse photo. Here comes the ball, and here's Mckenzie face planting up against the fence, and she catches it, and she's just done a great job for us, and I expect a lot of big things as she keeps working on her game, and she's a good hitter, and she's going to be in the lineup for us.
Coach Howe.
I told her just a night or two ago, just a few days ago, might have been last night, that she's playing behind Mckenzie Henderson. There's most years she'd easily be our starting catcher, and there's many, many, many teams in East Tennessee that would love to have her as a catcher. She's just, not in a good situation to be a catcher, at this point. But she's kept her head up, and when we've called on her, she's done a great job. Coach Russell was talking about the foul pop-up. I believe the very next batter hit another pop-up right in front of the plate, and she had to go out into fair territory and make the play. So it was back-to-back plays that were, really good plays. But she's definitely, done a job for us when we've called on her.
Mckenzie, how long have you been playing softball?
I've been playing for about 8 years now, I want to say.
Do you play any other positions? Or?
I played a little bit of outfield and then a little bit of third base here and there, but nothing other really than catcher.
Did you play as a freshman?
No, not really.
Was you on the team?
Yeah, she was on the team.
Oh, yeah, I was on the team, but I didn't start.
Uh-huh. So, what's it like playing for Anderson County softball?
I really like it. I think it's better than a lot of other schools because I feel like our team is just so much like more close knit than other teams. Like we've heard a lot of other teams having drama, and we just don't have that.
Mm-hmm. What's it like playing for Coach Russell and Coach Happ?
I like it because a lot of times they'll just be straight up with you. And I love the fact that Coach Howe can tell you like what the person ate for dinner 3 days ago and where they hit it last. Like,
you got to find a steel trap.
Yeah.
Do you play any other sports?
No, not really.
So you're a junior. So what's your plans after? You look that far ahead after graduation?
Yeah, I'm planning on going into mechanical engineering at either a 4-year school or just doing 2 years at a community college. But yeah.
Well, that's great. Mckenzie, good luck the rest of the season, and you'll be ready to go at any time.
Thank you.
Our next junior,
Hannah Hooks.
Hannah Hooks. What position does Hannah play?
Hannah plays third base for us. She does a fantastic job. I think she's another one this year that, we knew going in that, she was probably going to be our third baseman and that she was going to hit the ball. But I know defensively, I think Coach Howe can vouch for this too. She has definitely exceeded our expectations. We knew she was good defensively, but she has been fantastic this year. With her and Audrey on the left side and being able to cover balls, and softball is a game you can small ball a lot with a lot of bunts and slaps, and and she's done a great job fielding that and being able to throw people out.
Coach Howe.
She's had a really good season at third. She's had some really clutch hits. We were playing in the tournament at Gordonsville last inning. We're down 4-1. She's got 2 strikes, and she's the 3-run homer and ties the ball game. Down at Kingsport in our last game, we're down 9-6. Bases loaded. There's only 1 out instead of 2 outs this time. She hits a walk-off grand slam to end the ball game, and she's been big in the clutch, and she's played a really good third base.
So Hannah, what do you like playing about the hot corner? Get a lot of hot shots down through there?
Yeah.
So how's your season going for you? Coach Howe said you hit a home run. How many home runs do you have? You have more than one? Or?
Yeah, I have more than one. How many is it? I have 3 this season.
Three. So you've been with the Anderson County program since a freshman?
Yes, since my freshman year.
So did you get some playing time as a freshman?
No, as a freshman, Emily Fowler played third.
So you're a junior, so looking down the road, would you like to play softball in college?
I've thought about it, but I don't think so.
What do you plan on doing after graduation?
I plan on going to college and majoring in business.
Majoring in business, Do you have a favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject would be math.
Math. And who's your teacher?
Her name's Miss Buswell.
And you play any other sports?
No, I do not.
You ready to play PAL again?
I'm ready. I think we have all the confidence. We just got to beat them.
Well, thank you for being here, and hand that microphone over to Reese, and good luck the rest of the way, Hannah. And Reese Simpson, tell me about Reese.
So Reese is our junior starting pitcher. Another one that we have told her, just a couple weeks ago or last week, that she has exceeded our expectations, and that's not a bad thing. That's a great thing. When Reese steps in the circle and she throws strikes.
So she's number 1?
She's our number 1. Yep. And, she's been able to, I think she's got a 1.9 ERA. I looked at the stats this morning, and she's been able to hold some of the best teams around here, down to, 2 or 3 runs. And anytime we can give her some offensive support, we win the ball game.
Coach Howe?
Reese has been a very pleasant surprise. We knew we had to have pitching to have a successful season, and she has stepped up and done the job for us.
Reese, how long have you been pitching?
I decided to start pitching when I was about 11 years old.
You take training or pitching lessons?
Yeah, I take pitching lessons with the LMU assistant coach.
LMU, Would you like to go on and pitch in college?
I would like to if I get an offer, but if I don't, I'm fine with that.
Just keep working? Do you bat in the lineup or you just pitch?
No, I'm a PO.
Pitcher only.
What's your plans after graduation?
I'd like to go to a 4-year college and major in health science.
Health science, You play any other sports?
No.
What do you like about playing with your teammates?
I love my teammates. We all get along. We have great inside jokes, constantly laughing, and we just have each other's back.
So, do you have any pregame rituals?
We eat firehouse and dance in the locker room.
What kind of pitches do you throw?
I throw about every pitch, up, down, side to side, change up.
How fast is your fastball?
I think it's about 58, 59.
Pretty good, isn't it, Coach?
That's pretty good, especially when you move it as well as she does.
Reese, we got about a minute left, so thank you for being here and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
And girls as well, thank you all for being here. And Coach Russell and Coach Howe, before you go, any final comments?
Nope, we're at home tomorrow night, 5:30 against Central. Come out and see these ladies and let them showcase what their talents, and hopefully we'll have a good ball game and we'll win both of those and we'll lock up second place. If not, we host the district tournament next week starting Tuesday, so come catch a game then.
Coach Howe.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Well, good luck the rest of the way, Coach Russell and Coach Howe and Lady Mavericks, and hope you all can get to the regional, and from there, sub-state and states right there. So
absolutely.
Well, thank you again for being here, and good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone for calling in, and you've been watching the Locker Room Chat, and be sure and join us again next week.